Hi again everyone. I've got a few more for you this week, a couple of everyday objects and a couple of makeshift tools. I'm aware I've been a bit long-winded in the past, so I'm trying to up the pace a bit, so this will be a shorter episode. Let's get right into it. So here on the Chaos, which is my normal working environment, you can see I'm using Z-epoxy as a pore filler this time around. And to spread it, I'm only working on the sides at the moment actually. To spread it, whatever pore filler you use, a lot of people use old credit cards which work quite well, but I've found something which works even better, is a section of, this is cut from a shower cleaner. It's, you know, one of those windscreen wiper blades on a handle that you use to clean the glass of the shower cabinet. And I've just cut a section off, and it's really good because the rubber blade is thin at the end. It's got just the right amount of give in it, so it will take up slight unevennesses, but you can also really squash your pore filler into the pores with it. It's rigid enough to do that. So for me, it's my go-to tool for spreading pore filler, whichever one I use. The second one is a couple of non-standard sanding blocks, which I've kind of promised to try and show one of at least every week. This is a piece of pipe insulation for water pipes, you know, to stop them freezing. And this is just a random piece of packaging. I don't know where it came from, but it's a similar kind of material to this actually, but the hole in the middle is tiny, so it's actually a bit more rigid. And obviously the two of these are great for getting into curves. Here's a quick tool or fixture you can make. Sometimes you need to hold a guitar body for light operations like sanding or grain filling on the back or French polishing, things like that. And you don't want to get out the full cradle that you might use for binding or, you know, that kind of thing. So I've made these beams which I've lined with crubber. You know, it's this combination of cork and rubber, which is great stuff. And the dowels just fit in the dog holes like that, and I can tighten the vise up lightly, and it just holds it steady enough to be able to do that kind of operation, and it's very quick and easy. Lots of you will know this one, I'm sure, but if you follow builders in the US, you'll often hear them talking about naphtha, which they use to wipe down surfaces, so it's a cleaner and degreaser. And as far as I know, we don't have it in Europe or the UK as such. But lighter fluid, I've found, if it isn't the same thing, it's very, very similar. I've never found anything that it hurts, in the sense of, you know, if you've got a finish on, it won't dissolve it. I haven't found a finish that it dissolves. And it's a good degreaser, so it's not particularly cheap, but then you don't need a lot of it normally. So as a naphtha substitute, lighter fuel is a good bet. Here's another tool you might like to think about making. It's just split dowels. I use just ordinary wood screws to screw them back together, and I've sandwiched a piece of 80 grit Abranet mesh in here, and it's great for necks, for shaping, doing the shoe shine kind of action, for getting an even curve on both sides of the, you know, a symmetrical shape basically. Sometimes during a build I need to draw a straight line between 2 points on a curved surface, like a side of a guitar or something. And even if you've got, you know, quite a bendy ruler like this one, it's a bit too springy, or this one is not long enough. What I found is I've got a piece of plastic here, which I think is from a sort of table protector or something, but the thing is it's got a machined straight edge and it's quite long. So if, for example, I've got the height on a newly bent side, so not profiled, I've got the height of the heel and the tail marked at certain points, and I want to join them up, I can use this, tape it down if necessary, and draw along the machined edge, and I've got a perfectly straight line between my 2 points. In the case of a side, obviously I would profile it so the line wouldn't end up being straight, but that's a starting point. Anyway, just a useful way of being able to make to follow a contour and draw a line along it. So that was it for today. I'll be back next time with a couple more, I hope, useful tips and tricks made from everyday stuff around, or tools or fixtures you can easily put together yourself. So until then, goodbye for now.